Hi, this is Josephine Wilkins, and we're going to talk about something super duper fun. And that is, what do we do with our negative thoughts? So, I talked about this a little bit, but I really wanted to give a full, long, juicy, extended video on the topic of this because it's really, really important. As we begin to understand that we create our own reality, which you've heard me say, which you've heard others say before, if you've been following spiritual teachings, if you've been looking at the New Age movement, if you've been reading my blog or listening to my podcast or watching these videos, you've heard this notion that we create our own reality. Okay, so what does that really mean? That means that every single thought that we have sends out a vibrational signal to the universe, and that is a point of attraction which magnetizes in the truth of our physical reality in this third dimension. Okay, so when you start becoming aware of it, right? And this is what's really important. I wish I could, this is the addendum to The Secret. Because I saw this happen a lot where people, what was it, 2008, people get really jazzed about The Secret. Secret's wonderful. And the addendum that I want to make to The Secret is this next step. Because a lot of what can happen is then we say, okay, so if I create my own reality, then why is it that I could have possibly created, or why am I creating this? And then we start to beat ourselves up. You know, if I was just more evolved, if I was strong enough, if I was, whatever, right? If I was just something, right? This is what we need to be. Well, what we want to do, what we want to start cultivating, is we want to start cultivating a sense of appreciation for the negative thoughts. Why? Because we first must understand negative thought that is negatively sustained yields negative results. So I think about a negative thought all the time, all day, night long. Yeah, it's gonna bring in some crappy stuff. You know this. Positive thought, positively sustained, yields positive results. Positive thought, positively sustained, yields positively wonderful results. So this is great. So when we start to have negative thoughts, the first thing that you want to do is you want to congratulate yourself that you saw it. Because there have been times in your life, and for sure in a lot of people's lives, and if you're tracking this video, which is cool, is you're excited about this, you're interested in it, you're curious, what is it that's happening? How is it that I can change? How can I be more awake? The real benefit of being more awake is that when you're more awake, you see the negative, you experience you watching the negative thoughts. This is fantastic. This is what we call heightened consciousness. Yay! Hear a little snoring. It's my little pug Charlie here on my lap. So when we start to become aware of the negative thoughts that we're thinking, this is a total, huge, amazing blessing, because as we're aware of the negative thoughts that we're thinking, then we can say, wait a minute, I know negative thoughts negatively sustained equals negative results. All I have to do is shift my focus. All I have to do is say thank you so much for showing me what I don't want. This is what I do want instead. We have a lot of resistance to the contrast and the negative emotion and the challenge that we feel. We say, oh, I don't like this. And then we kind of go in the direction of not liking it, and then we just get more and more negative emotion. Instead of saying, oh, wow, okay, that doesn't feel so good. All right, so what do I want instead? And, jumping up to the euphoria of receiving it in this third dimensional reality might be too big of a jump. So you just say to yourself, okay, I don't want this. I'm so glad that I saw this and that I was aware of it. And I saw this thought coming in, and I was able to inhibit it. I was able to pluck it out of the weeds. Therefore, I know it's ended. It's not going to occur in my life. Instead of thinking like, oh, I hope I'm getting a car accident. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get a car accident, right? I hope this doesn't, all these things that we have. I hope my arm doesn't get chopped off. Whatever, these horrific, horrible, awful things, right? There is a beautiful delay in our universe, which we are so, so lucky to have, which is that we have a thought, and then there's some time in which, most often, thankfully, there's a time in which we have a delay in which it manifests, which is great. Because if you were to look at all the thoughts that you're thinking, you'd be grateful that a lot of them are not really manifesting immediately. Yes, you would. I wish that would happen to that person. Ooh, sorry. There's a wonderful buffer in our world that gives us the time for universe to say, are you sure? Are you really sure? Are you sure? And so what you want to practice is you want to say, yes, I am sure. I know I don't want this, but this is what I do want. Positive thoughts, positively sustained, yield positive results. This is what I do want. And if you can, however long it's possible, you just sustain that thought and you keep that thought going and you see how good it feels and you let that energy and that emotion just radiate from you. It's going to feel so good when this happens, and I'm so grateful, and I know this is going to feel good and that's going to feel good, and it feels so good to me right now, and I know that it's occurring somewhere because I'm able to access this feeling. I know somewhere this thought, this experience, this reality is occurring. It might not be in this third dimensional reality yet, but I know that it is occurring somewhere, and all I need to do is I just need to keep sustaining it, keep believing it, keep doing every single possible thing that I can to know that it's coming, to know that it's on its way. Oh, it feels so good, it feels so much better, and I know because it's feeling good that means that it's on its way, and I understand that because I'm feeling good that that's the message of the divine nature, that this is what I'm meant to be doing, and this is all I'm meant to be doing, and this feels so good. Because a lot of people get caught up and they go, oh, I need to do something. I need to do something, right? We're in a world that loves to do. Let me do something. I've got to do something. I've got to make a phone call. I've got to send a resume. I've got to go somewhere. I've got to do something, right? You want to do something? This is what you do all day long. You sit there and you watch your negative thought. You watch it come up and you say, oh, interesting. That's not what I really want. Thank you so much. What do I want? Oh, I want this new thing. This is what I want. This is my new positive expression of the truth and what I know to be what I desire. This is what I want. Okay, great. I'm going to sustain this as long as I can. And the negative thought comes in. Okay, what do I want? I want this. Negative thought comes back in. I don't want this. And I want this. And this habit, like a bicep, becomes stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And the universe goes, are you sure you want this? And this is your radio signal. And you're saying, yes, this is what I want. The universe says, are you sure? Are you really sure this way? Yes, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. The universe says, are you sure? Yes, this is what I want. And it's so good. You could blink this all day long, your radio signal. Oh, because it feels so good. This is what I want. It's going to feel so good when it comes. Oh, whatever it might be. Whatever it might be. Feels so good, and I'm so glad. I'm so grateful. This is what I want. And then over time, you know this to be true. Then the universe is like, oh. And there it is. My little hand demonstration for you. But I hope that it illustrates for you, because simple things like this can be helpful, because when we leave these videos, this information hopefully is feeling good to you, hopefully it's resonating with you, going, yeah, that feels good, then we get out in our world and we're in the car or with our spouse and it goes out the window, right? We're like, but wait a minute, I just had that teaching, I was just feeling it. And we go, okay, wait a minute, what was it, what do I want? Universe, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. Okay, thank you so much. And I'm going to let you go. And this is what I do want. I'm going to sustain it for as long as possible. You are getting what you want consistently because you are able to bring your focus in the direction and the sustaining of that positive thought for as long as possible. You sustain it, you feel it, and then you magnetize the situations, circumstances, people, events, whatever it might be, that line up for you to make it all unfold. Go forth and have fun. And see if you can lighten up. And just kick your feet up a bit more. And say, okay, this is a real crappy day, or this is a real crappy thought, or this is a real negative week, or whatever it might be. Thank you for my awareness of it. Thank you for the clarity and the contrast that it brings as it redirects me, moving in the direction, beat by beat, moment to moment, of what it is that I want instead. That's awakening. And boy, does it feel good. Oh, life is good. Okay. I am sending lots and lots of love and appreciation your way. May this inspire you. May this invigorate you. May this bring you joy and a sense of ease and relaxation in your life. Lots and lots of love to you. Namaste.